People who never ask for help are often misunderstood. From the outside, they look confident, independent, and emotionally strong. Society praises them as self-made and mentally tough. But psychology shows a deeper, more uncomfortable truth. Not asking for help is rarely about strength alone. It is usually a learned survival behavior, one built slowly, silently, and often painfully. Most people assume that asking for help is easy. But for some individuals, the idea itself triggers discomfort, anxiety, or even shame. These people don't think, I can do this alone. Instead, their mind says, I have to do this alone. That difference is crucial. One is a choice. The other is a psychological compulsion shaped by past experiences. In many cases, people who never asked for help learned early in life that help was unreliable. Maybe they asked once and were ignored. Maybe they were made to feel weak for needing support. Maybe they grew up in environments where vulnerability was punished or mocked. Over time, their brain adapted. It stopped reaching outward and learned to survive inward. Psychology calls this self-reliant coping, a pattern where independence becomes a defense mechanism, not a preference. Another deep reason is fear of burdening others. These individuals often carry an exaggerated sense of responsibility. They believe their problems are too much for people to handle. So instead of sharing, they minimize. Instead of asking, they endure. They don't want sympathy, attention, or reassurance. They want control. And control feels safer than uncertainty. There is also a strong link between not asking for help and emotional suppression. Many of these people feel deeply, but they don't express it. Their emotions stay internal, processed silently. On the surface, they appear calm. Inside, they are constantly regulating themselves. Psychology shows that such individuals often have high emotional intelligence, but low emotional expression. They understand emotions well, yet rarely display them. Trust plays a huge role too. Asking for help requires trust. Trust that you won't be judged, abandoned, or used against later. People who never ask for help usually have a history that taught them trust is risky, so they don't gamble with it. They would rather struggle alone than risk being disappointed again. This makes them resilient, but also isolated. Ironically, these individuals are often the first to help others. They listen, they support, they show up. Helping others feels safe because it keeps them in control and avoids vulnerability. Receiving help would mean reversing roles, and that feels threatening. Psychology calls this asymmetrical vulnerability, being comfortable giving support but uncomfortable receiving it. Over time, this pattern creates a quiet loneliness, not the loud kind that begs for attention, but the silent kind that becomes normal. These people don't complain about being alone. They adjust to it. They become efficient in isolation. And because society rewards independence, their struggle often goes unnoticed. But there is a hidden cost. Constant self-reliance exhausts the nervous system. Carrying everything alone increases emotional load, decision fatigue, and internal pressure. These people rarely burn out loudly. They shut down quietly. They don't ask for help even when they need it most. And that is where strength turns into self-neglect. Psychology does not say that independence is bad. It says that forced independence is dangerous. There is a difference between choosing to be alone and believing you must handle everything alone to survive. One empowers you. The other slowly drains you. What makes this pattern hard to break is identity. Many people who never ask for help begin to see it as who they are. I'm just not the type who needs anyone. Over time, this belief becomes a cage. Not because help is unavailable, but because asking feels like losing control, dignity, or self-respect. Healing does not mean becoming dependent. It means relearning balance. It means understanding that asking for help is not weakness. It is nervous system regulation. It is shared load. It is human design. No brain evolved to function completely alone. If you see yourself in this, if you've ever thought I'll manage somehow instead of I need support, there's nothing wrong with you. You've adapted. You survived. But survival patterns are not always meant to be permanent lifestyles. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is allow someone else to help carry the weight you've been holding alone for years. If this video felt uncomfortably accurate, you're not weak, you're self-aware. Like the video, so it reaches people who never ask for help but need to hear this. And subscribe if you want psychology that understands silent strength not loud confidence.